museums and civil society after Brexit. My name is Silvia Hasuna, and I'm doing a PhD in human geography. My own research is also dealing with pressures and challenges faced by museums and cultural politics in a different context in the West Bank. But I realized that a lot of questions seem to be universal, and even though they play out differently in different contexts, I thought that we need more conversations about the future of museums and their significance for civil society in times of uncertainty, and their changing role here in Wales and in Britain as well, as we face a difficult political moment. I'm really grateful to the speakers for traveling all the way from Leeds and Cardiff. I'm also very grateful to the Third Cardigan Museum for hosting the event, and to Alice and Carrie specifically. Thank you also to RIS, and of course to WISED, the Wales Institute of Social and Economic Research, for making this event possible.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric Hoskins. I work in the Human Geography Department just up on the hill there. I'm involved in supervising Sylvia's PhD. It's great to see so many faces. I see some great friends and colleagues who I've worked with and come in contact with. And Bellatrix has been really influential to my work, so it's a great pleasure to welcome you, Bella. She's Professor of Sociology at Cardiff and Head of Research at the National Museum of Wales. Bella is a specialist in heritage studies and museum studies, urban regeneration. She also writes on methodology, qualitative methodology, and ethnography, specifically digital ethnography, and what is it called? It's hypermedia. Hypermedia. Yeah. Your talk today is entitled "Brexit, Austerity and Museums: Reflections from Wales." So, can I get everybody to just
Thank you very much, Gareth, and thank you to Sylvia for organising this, and to Cardigan Museum for hosting it, and really glad to be here. It's a lovely place, the sun's shining, it's great. So the sun is shining, but the story that I'm going to tell is probably not a very happy one in terms of thinking about where museums are, and particularly in relation to this awful kind of quite divisive issue that is facing the country, Brexit. I'm absolutely no expert on it, and so really what I'm trying to do today is just to talk a little bit about some of the pressures that museums have been under since 2010, in particular since the austerity programme began, with a view to probably just rehearsing some of these pressures for everybody, and so that we can have a productive conversation. I would like to hear everybody's views about how you think the cultural sector in general, but museums in particular, can best confront these new challenges. So really what I'm arguing in this sort of session is that we do have this context of Brexit and the vote that we seem to be very focused on, understandably, but that really this ideologically driven austerity policy since 2010 is the major driver of where museums currently find themselves, and that although Brexit is likely to make an already very difficult situation worse, due to the loss of European funding, that there is nevertheless, there would have to be a major sort of change of ideological direction and travel, if you think about it, in relation to government policy regarding culture, to really change the direction that the museums are on and make things better. To a limited extent, I think that there is a sense in which there isn't a uniform picture over the whole of the UK, and so I'm going to be focusing a little bit on Wales. Wales has tried to protect, I think the government of Wales has tried to protect local government from some of the worst excesses of the cuts that have been seen in England, and we'll be exploring that. But there is little evidence, I think, at the moment that Wales is going to be able to increase its currently quite meagre spend on culture in the near future. And so back to this sort of clouds on the horizon, it seems that we are probably going to be set for more museum closures and closures of our cultural facilities. So what is the current situation and how can museums respond given these quite divisive results? This is a quote from the Welsh Government Association leader. Although we're supposed to leave the European Union, it's not going to become poorer or any worse off. The issue here is that, of course, there is going to be a loss of significant funding pots. I think everybody will know that Wales has been a beneficiary of European funding to the tune of around 4 billion since 2000. That's set to continue until 2020 because the funding is given in 7-year tranches, so it seems unlikely that the money will suddenly be pulled even if we leave without a deal. So the funds have come to Wales mainly in two pots, the European Social Fund and the European Regional Development Fund. The Social Fund funding projects aimed at raising skills and employability, jobs, etc. And the ERDF, Regional Development Fund money, used more for a range of infrastructure projects, including connectivity, energy, research and innovation, etc. So what's the UK government said about replacing those funds, in particular the funds coming to Wales, after the ending of the European? They're going to set up this UK Shared Prosperity Fund to replace it, but there's very little detail on this, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Now, obviously, these funding programs that we've been talking about under the Convergence programme haven't come directly to museums, but nevertheless, they've been very important in the background because local councils have been able to use these funds to mobilise teams of workers to stimulate local tourism initiatives. And, for example, the current Tourism Attractor Destination Project, I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, we'll see 62 million investment in the tourist sector in Wales, bringing a real focus on 11 key sort of attractor destinations. And 28 million of that comes from European funding. So it is a very significant pot of money, and the Institute for Fiscal Studies has recently looked into the implications for Wales of losing these pots of money. And one of the things that they are pointing out is that if the fund that the UK government allocates to try and replace this funding, if it's allocated to Wales on the basis of the Barnett formula, which is the formula that's used to calculate the spending allocations for the four nations, if you like, then Wales will lose that significantly because the European funding comes to Wales weighted with regard to the fact that there is increased levels of disadvantage in Wales, whereas the Barnett formula is applied solely on the basis of numbers of population. So to redistribute replacement funding after breakfast. That's a much better way of thinking about it. After we've had our cereal. Unfortunately, we will be worse, a great deal worse off. It will be a question of losing a great deal of money. So with that rather gloomy assessment, I think what we need to focus on though is a sort of longer term programme and a longer term campaign and effort to try and sort of shift the direction of policy in relation to museums. So these closures to museums in the UK wide have been going on significantly at the rate, according to the Museums Association, of about 9 a year since 2010. And there's an interesting project, Birkbeck Mapping Museums project, run by the HRC at the moment, which is compiling a searchable database of museum closures and openings. But we do have to think about openings as well as closures. So although closures are clearly going up, the red line at the bottom is the museums closing since 2000. Difficult to see. But basically, the red line at the bottom is the rate of museums closing, and the blue at the top is the rate of museums opening. And over the sort of, they actually take quite a long view from the 1960s. In the 1960s, there was a bit of a heritage boom starting to happen, particularly in the 1970s. Lots of museums opened. But what they find is particularly striking is that if we look at the last few years, the kind of general balancing out that there has been over those sort of 40, 50-year period between openings and closing is actually starting to be lost, in the sense that we are now entering a period in which openings are dropping and closures of museums are increasing. And that in 2017 saw the lowest number of museums opening in the UK since 1960. And what the analysis is showing is that the category of museums which are closing fastest are public sector museums, so they're run by either central government or actually more in this case by local government. So what they're seeing is a shift from museums being supported by the public purse through local authority means to the independently funded sector. And you could argue that that's not a bad thing. Is it necessarily a bad thing that we have local government pulling back and new independent organisations stepping in? Well, one of the issues is, of course, how the financial health and stability of those independent organisations can be guaranteed. The loss of expertise in posts within local authorities, museum services, which are at risk, and also the long-term viability of collections, as well as those relationships with the local area that local government-run museums have, which is not just to pursue quite specialist kinds of museum interest, but to try and represent the region or the area in some kind of closely place-related way. So this recent museum growth, principally driven by independence, is not necessarily going to provide us with a great deal of cheer in relation to the general picture.